All right, so we're going to do a demonstration here of compositional spatial arrangement techniques, kinds of things. In particular, I want to pay attention to various issues of aerial perspective, overlap, and positive negative space. So we're going to try and do this in just a matter of a couple of minutes, which is not an easy feat to do, but it starts something like this. And of course the brick alone won't work because you can't overlap the brick on itself. So I'm gonna switch. I don't want to use the pencil. I'm gonna go old school. Now, be quiet for a minute and think. And what we have here is a mum plucked from my garden. And we got some leaf forms here. And starting with a little line work. And what I'm going to end up with is something a bit different. And of course, this is awkwardly made difficult by having a camera right in front of my face. But we'll manage to do something with it here. Now, that's a start to right, and then we're going to come here and I'm going to start doing some tonal work here, and there it is. Now you know what I'm drawing from. Now, what we have here by doing this is I get the power of overlap, right? And it becomes even more awkward because I can see just a sliver of daylight beyond this opening. So here we go, which obviously gives us something more interesting to work with, but also means that my drawing is complicated. But there it is anyway, right? It's supposed to be complicated. If my drawing's simple, what's the fun in you doing it, right? You know, we get some cast shadow stuff kicking out here. Kind of change that mark. I'm going to come back with an eraser in a moment. Oh, look, all those problems in one space, man. Got a foreshortening problem here, too. Awesome. All right. And we're going to find the top of the brick somewhere around there. Right. I'm not going to draw too long, but I do rely on that shadow coming in a little bit, because it tells us something, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't know if I take this eraser. I don't know if I want to do too much with it, other than play up here a little because it's easier to work with. Maybe get some smudging going on here, just because it makes the draw. Whoa. Yeah, you're clipped to my easel, and so I gotta hope it didn't make anybody nauseous in that move. There. That's nice. All right, grab the pencil. Take this edge, and you're going to see what happens if I'm a little more precise about it here. I can feather in a little bit on that. But you see what happens in that leaf if I feather over the top. And come in here with a little bit of shading. Right? Of course, I gotta get the leaf to sit still as I do this, and it's not playing quite so nicely. But let's see there. Here, okay. It's almost time to shut up. And I'm going to in a moment. Now, what I need to do is suggest something different here. Yeah, what I want to do is get a little bit lighter at the edge of these leaves. Maybe smudge those leaves a little, just so they've got a different sort of texture to them. And it helps differentiate the space. Okay. Yeah, like that. See that? And then I can take that same smudginess and put it up here without the drawing material in the same way. And we differentiate leaf from brick from. Yeah, I can even do that here. And we know that's a stem of some kind. See how that works? Yeah. Now we're reading that as a negative space. And if that's a negative space, and there's a leaf coming out under here, just a little bit of tone in there. There you go. And that helps a little bit. Now, what you get in this drawing is a negative space right here. Right? It's a big hole that then sort of reads positive because we get this opening here, right? This starts reading as surface even though I haven't delineated any of it. Now, some of that's because you guys already know I'm drawing a brick. Because, like, why would today be any different, right? But if I just do that much, I get something called closure on this thing. And I can pull down on that. A little bit right about there and just let it disappear into space. As I let it disappear into space, this not only works in the direction away from me, but in the direction away from me here. So I can play with that just a tad, like so. I can pick up a couple more marks on the surface here, provide some variety and some surface here. And all of a sudden, this starts looking like something. Now, I got one right here. It still needs a shadow. And if I pick this up correctly, the whole thing falls off the page, right? There we go. And then this one comes out like that. Right? And all of a sudden, this thing starts leaping off the brick surface, right? And as something as simple as a crack or a pit mark crosses that surface, like so, it flattens the shadow out. You see how that works? We can do the same kinds of things here. Once a crack comes across it, it drops back. Same kind of thing holds true here. I just tickle that surface with a little bit of mark. There you go. So I'm going to stop now because we both all know that, I could do this all day.